Hi there. So I'm going to try to help explain how I did my color switching for the angel. So if you're going off the chart, you will see in row 23, you have the background color, which is the white squares. You have these gray squares, which are still the background color, but they'll be covered by a front loop double crochet by the next row. So I made them gray just for when I was designing it, so I could kind of visualize where these would be covered and where they would be visible. So the first square that is a different color is this red one right here. Because I made my candle red, so you can of course go with any color you want. Um, and so my background was teal, and so I had to somehow get from teal to red for this particular stitch. The easiest way for me was once I got to this stitch, I basically stitched over the beginning tail of the red yarn because this was a back loop single crochet. All these are back loop single crochets. Um, and so if you just lay the tail over your active yarn, your teal yarn, when you're stitching, you can stitch over that beginning tail. You can do that a few times just to kind of secure it. You can do it once, it doesn't matter. What you're going to have to do is eventually switch to the red before you get to this stitch. There's a bunch of different ways to change colors. The way I thought was the most easy is I stitched over the beginning tail with this one, this one, this one, and then maybe in this one, you would insert your hook in the back loop like you normally do. But instead of grabbing the teal yarn, just grab the red yarn. You've already secured it here. So then just grab the red yarn when you do your stitch here. So you insert your hook in the back loop that you're doing your stitch in, and then just hook around the red yarn instead, pull that through, finish your stitch. So you would do red, 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 and maybe do another red one here. I like to kind of overlap my color yarn over the stitch on either side just in case some of it shows through. Um, so then when I got here, I might switch back to my teal or whatever the background color is. Same method, just insert your hook into the back loop like you're starting your stitch, but instead of grabbing the red that I was just using, I would grab the teal and finish the stitch with teal and continue stitching over the ending tail of red here, 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 here. After about 4 stitches, your tail is secure. You can kind of just drop that color. You just want to make sure you're stitching in teal by the time you get to these white squares because this is where the teal is going to show. Any white squares means that background color is the visible color for these stitches. Again, over here, the gray squares are the stitches that will be hidden. Um, and then, of course, red is where your candle stitch is. And so then you'd go to your next row with your angel color, which I'm assuming is white or off-white. You're stitching the angel color here, and then that part gets hidden, and the next row, it's back loop, front loop, double crochet, front loop, double crochet. When you get here, you're doing a back loop, single crochet, because that will be hidden because you want this red stitch to show. So that's the same technique as everything else. Then when you get to your next row, you're going to do the color switching the same. Start out with your background color. Once you get to this stitch, then start thinking about securing that beginning tail. So maybe in this stitch or this stitch, doesn't really matter. Just stitch, take the beginning tail of red and just stitch over it, lay it over your yarn as you're stitching. You'll get it. It's a little wonky at first. It took me a couple tries, but you just basically lay that tail over, like insert your hook first into the back loop. Then lay the red yarn over that hook, but then of course continue the stitch grabbing your teal. You just want to secure the beginning tail. That's all it is. Do that for a couple stitches, and then maybe in this one, start your stitch and then grab the red yarn to finish the stitch. Again, it doesn't really matter which one of these you do it in, as long as it's a gray square. that will be hidden by the next row because you don't want to see that transition stitch. And then by the time you get to here, you'll already be in red. Do your front loop double crochet, do maybe an extra stitch in red, and then maybe in this next one switch back to teal in that same method. And then just stitch over the ending tail a few more stitches and then just drop the red. And so then you'll continue to the next row doing your white stitches, and then the next row you have the last row where you just need the red yarn. So again, you have these gray stitches that'll be hidden. So stitch over the beginning tail of red, maybe right here. Stitch over it for a couple more stitches, maybe switch to red right about here. And then just do red, red, double crochet, red, and then maybe switch back to teal right here. Stitch over the ending tail of that red yarn, and then just drop it about here, and then continue with your background. And then this stitch is in yellow, so you have a couple options. I did a French knot at the end when the square was all done, because I just thought it would look cute being a little bit fuller. If you're going to do a French knot, you actually don't have to switch colors here because that is going to be hidden when you do your French knot. If you don't want to do a French knot, then definitely switch to yellow for this one because otherwise it's going to be your background color and it might not look like a flame if your background color is something like teal. But yeah, you have a couple options. You know, do the same color switching. You could even start stitching over the beginning tail in one of these stitches because you won't see it. The tail will be in the back of the work. But just make sure you switch to yellow before you get to this stitch. You could switch to yellow here and then do this stitch and then do maybe one more stitch and then switch back to the background here, stitching over your ending tail of yellow maybe in 4 more stitches. The trick is just make sure when you do that one stitch that you're transitioning, where you're beginning the stitch with the background color and then you're grabbing the new color with the hook, make sure that transition stitch is in a gray square before you get to the stitch. I hope that makes sense. If we go up to the halo area, it's the same thing, but the halo area is done, let's see, so we had the candle was done during the B rows, the background rows. The halo is done during the A rows. So instead of the teal color background, this time you're doing them during the A rows when you have white. But you have a whole bunch of hidden stitches before you get to the yellow area. So all these light blue squares are hidden by the double crochets from the next row. So you could do the same method. I usually start with either 6 to 8 stitches before I get to my color. So for here, let's count back 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So maybe in this stitch, I would start stitching over that beginning tail. Do that for 4 stitches. Then in this stitch, switch to the yellow. To switch over again, start the stitch by inserting your hook in the back loop, but grab the yellow yarn instead of your white yarn, or whatever color you're using for your angel. And then finish the stitch in the yellow, and then do this stitch in yellow, this stitch in yellow. You'll already have yellow on your yarn by the time you get to these, so just do these all in the yellow. And again, I like to do one extra stitch in the color just in case it's showing a little bit. And then about here you can switch back to your A color, which is probably white. And then you'll have a few more back loop single crochets to continue in that direction. And then just stitch over your ending tail of yellow for about 4 or 5 stitches and then just drop the yellow. And then again in the same method for row 42, you have all these light blue hidden stitches before you get to the stitch that needs yellow. So just count back, 8, 6 or 8. Secure the beginning tail of yellow by stitching over it in your back loop single crochets, and then switch to the yellow a few stitches before you get to here. So maybe switch here. Totally doesn't matter because they're hidden. And then go yellow, 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 yellow. Maybe one more for good measure. Switch back to your A color and then continue stitching over the ending tail of yellow for about 4 or 5 stitches and then drop the yellow. So I'm going to grab my actual piece that I made and I'll show you, I'll try to point out where I started. I'll show you the back of my angel to kind of show you where I started stitching over the tails and what it looks like. Okay, here is my angel square. I'm holding my phone with one hand and going to try to do this with the other hand. So here's my hand. Whoa, there it is. Okay, so here's the candle. We have our background, our main color. I'm going to flip those over and show you the back. It's kind of a hot mess, so anyway, as you can see, here's the first row where I incorporate the red. Let's see, we'd be going from this side of things, so I'd be doing my teal color, teal, teal, teal. The candle stitch I want to say is right about here. So I started stitching over the red here in these stitches. You can see I just stitch over the tail. I don't really do anything with it. I left it hanging. My kitten's about to jump into here. So anyway, I stitched over a few stitches. Then I started, sorry, kitten, hi. She's in a cone today. No. Sorry, my kitten is totally getting in here. So then I switched over to the red on this stitch right here. Again, it's hidden by, kitten, back up, out of the way. It's hidden by this next row, which would have been teal, I guess. Okay, so we got teal, 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 stitch over the red, switch to the red on this stitch right here. I did a red stitch here, which I believe is the very bottom stitch of the candle, and then I think I switched right back to teal there, but these stitches are on either side are going to be hidden. I'll flip this back over. So underneath here, there's this red stitch, a single red stitch right there. And all those stitches are hidden by these white front loop double crochets. So your transition underneath here, let me see if I can do this. You can kind of see the, well, I don't know if you can see it. You can see where I kind of switched to the red underneath here. Kind of, you see it? Anyway, it's all messed up. And then I got one little lone red stitch right there. And then this next stitch is hidden, the next stitch is hidden. So you could transition back to teal. I'm going backwards. Here's teal, sorry. Here's teal, and then underneath one of these stitches is where you'd want to make your transition from teal to red. And again, if you want to stitch over the beginning tail a little bit, you can. You don't have to. And again, if this is going to be a blanket and you're going to see all these stitches, you'll probably want to weave these in later. Or when you first stitch over it, you can fold it over and keep stitching over it. Another way to secure this thread is the row below has this ridge that's in the back. On some of my projects, I just tie the new color to one of these. I just stick it through with hook it through there, make a little knot. Then I have this loose red thread just hanging down, or whatever color. And when I'm ready, because I have that red thread ready to go, I would just make the transition underneath one of these when I'm in that row. And then I'm ready to go here, stitch my little red stitch. I may do another extra couple red stitches. And then I'd switch back to teal, again underneath one of these hidden stitches. And then I have teal for the rest of the row. And then here, this is the little French knot that I did. You can kind of see it's just a little bump. I make big French knots for these because the texture is so thick that if you just did like one strand, it might be a little flat. So I double the yarn, and then when I make my French knot, I wrap it around the yarn or the needle twice. and then I make my French knot. Anyway, I don't know if this is making sense, but hopefully looking at the back, you can just see how I stitch over my ends a little bit in those back loop single crochets, and it just helps secure these really well. And then you can take a needle later, stitch it inside. If the back is going to be shown, you can kind of see it's a hot mess. This is where I did my French knot. I just tie it on here. I don't plan on making this into a blanket, at least not right now. These are just my samples, so here's where I stitched over, it'd be on this side. I stitched over the beginning tail here for a few stitches. I made my little switch here, did yellow, yellow, yellow. All these are yellow, a few more yellows, switched back to my cream right here, continued to stitch over the yellow for a few stitches. Then I just have this loose tail hanging, and again, you can stitch it back in, you know, cut it off, whatever you want to do. If this is a pillow, you don't have to worry about these, you know. Anyway, I hope that makes sense. So I just wanted you to see the back to kind of get a visual of how I'm stitching over these beginning and ending tails, and then doing a few stitches in the middle with that color. So yeah.